Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, just getting on now, but yeah, it's lots of long stories.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! Here we are on. Yay! Hey, everybody.
Hey, hello everyone.
All right, let's see. Oh, perfect. We're here. All right. Hey, we're at our lives, and as everyone remembers, we come live on Sundays, every Sunday and every Tuesday. So we'll always be live where you can discuss things with us live, have conversations, drop anything you want in the comments, and we'll be talking about podcasts and, of course, any questions in the community group. Take it away.
Yeah. So it will always be, and like Morgan said, on Tuesdays and Sundays, and we aim for like 9:30 p.m. Brussels time. That's how late now in at
Yeah.
yours?
3:30 Eastern time.
Yeah, and yeah, so you have something to aim at. You can always see it afterwards because these lives are small podcasts, so we aim for like 30 minutes. But when Morgan and I start mumbling, we cannot shut up. So, but the big advantage is that you can be there live and ask questions and have interaction with us. So we really invite you to do so. So
Mhm.
that's fun, that's engaging, but that's also, yeah, for us, very interesting because, yeah, so we can make a real worldwide community and have a chat
Mhm.
with you all over the world, wherever you are, from China to Africa, over to
Yeah.
Brazil to America, and God knows where.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's
So
fun.
today we will dive into another question. So
Yes.
there was this person. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. Do you know who
Yeah, I was
we
just,
needed to answer?
yeah, pulling it up right now in the community group. Oops, but wrong one. I know I should have looked at the name because all right, let me look real quick. Sorry, it automatically. Oh, well, now
Wait, I
it's
can
not
also
coming
check.
up. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Here we go. Oh, I found it. Uh, oh, that's why I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, hang on a second.
You are
Yeah, but it
more
was a
than
question. It
one
was,
group.
yeah, it was a question in the yeah, the mystery, the actual community group, which I hope everybody's a part of. Um, and I did post another Lenormand question today about directionality, but this was a question from the other day's one. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, it disappeared. So I don't know why it disappeared. That's weird. Facebook, I've been having problems. I got booted off of the email with Christina and all her clients from the Shopify. Like somehow, even though it was their mistake, it still like
Yeah,
threw me off. And now I can't find the actual post that did it. So it's
yeah,
like it like misplaced it or something. I don't know. That is just so weird. Um,
yeah.
and
Anyway,
yeah,
I will have a look at the same time. But did you know what the question was, Morgan?
yeah. So she was just having problems between the like actual what like 'cause most people know the core meanings, but then putting those core meanings um into actual what the combination is. So like if it's a question about um relationships or work and actually taking the question the next step up, taking the question to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
first of
taking it to
all,
like, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So it was. I remembered a question of how the layers of a card are. I
Yeah.
thought that this was the core problem, and from there on, how to build on that.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Um,
Especially from the literal meanings. Yeah. To layer it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let me give very clear advice on that. And I want to read that out of my book and give some extra comments on that, because I could not have said it better in this book, at least in English. So, but I will give some more comments on that. But before that, we have to remind you, everyone listening in, that we have a Petit Lenormand event at the 13th of December. So we will dive in, shed a whole other light on the Petit Lenormand cards, give some extra information, give some new insights and all that. So please make sure that you are part of that. So it will be fun. It will be during midwinter time. Yeah, we will have some festivities and we will do some very special things never been done before.
Yes.
But to find out, you just have to follow us. Make sure that you are part of this Facebook group, because if you have more particular or more questions, or whatever questions to do with mystery, with symbolism, with rituals, whatever, you know, suits you fine, you can ask those questions and have right away communication with us. And we
Yes.
often take those answers live or come by surprise live in that Facebook group. So if you want to interact with Morgan or me, so you can have, yeah, very easily contact in those groups. So please have a look under this video, wherever you are watching this, or if you are watching this live or later in retrospective, make sure that you are part of that. So we will give a lot of information on the Petit Lenormand. There is a lot of new information, new insights, you know. So we are back at business. So make sure you're part of that. And now I'm saying this, there will always also be on the 13th of December, our new Winter Warriors Festival. So make sure you're part of that as well. Enough of that. So I will answer this question. So in my book, the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia, Volume 3, on page 12. And I will read right off the book, and there we talk about the different layers of the cards. So in the first two volumes of the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia, you have learned that the meanings of the cards are a dynamic concept. That's the problem. So this concept has its absolute origin in the meaning given to the cards according to position they occupy with regard to the person card in the grand tableau. So reading the method of distance. This is strictly speaking the authentic, traditional way in which the cards must be read. After all, this was how it was explained in the instructions that came with the cards, since they were issued in the 19th century. From our contemporary point of view, it may even be hard to imagine that at the time our Petit Lenormand cards were only read in the grand tableau, applying the rules of the method of distance, as explained in Volume 2. So my Volume 2 books, for people who have not read it, is solely about the method of distance. The term method of distance would probably have sounded strange to the 19th century Lenormand reader. They would simply have called it the way or method to work with these cards, referring to the way it was described in the instructions. When we speak of the method of distance, it automatically implies that there is another method too. And that is definitely the case. You have learned how to use the cards outside of the Grand Tableau using an evolved methodology and logical extensions of the core value, as you could read in the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia, Volume 1. And you have applied the original instructions in the Grand Tableau, which was due in the Petit Lenormand Volume 2, the little white book with the method of distance instructions. So the meaning of the card read in proximity to the significator card. To fully understand the system and get the most out of it, it's important to remember that the oracle consists of the deck along with the original instructions. So that's also, and I've brought that up a few times. For me, an oracle can be like the cards, but could always or also be a person like those ladies in the Oracle of Delphi. So, of course, everything evolves, and so does the use and vision of our petit Lenormand, but not always in a good way. Before we speak of progression in this context, I would prefer to see some solid proof of how the basic principle has been improved. The Latin proverb, tene quod bene, preservation of what is good, definitely applies here. For practical reasons, but also as a mark of respect for the tradition and the core principle that have determined the identity and spirit of our card system in the first place. The method of distance is described in volume 2 of the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia. Is a perfectly working system on its own. It is logical and clear and can provide a lot of information if you know how it works. I am very firm and radical in this. Yeah, I can read that. I think that I'm nowadays a little bit looser in that regard. It is radical, but radical, radical means that you go really to the core, to the
Yeah.
runs, to the yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I see it's a little bit rigid looking back at it now. But yeah,
No.
I'm still for that. But it's the way it is. I was like 10 years younger back then. But I still somehow stand for that. But I see I took it much more serious back then than I do that now. So
Oh,
yeah,
good. I think it's very
I,
clear. That's how I learned. Okay.
this original system doesn't need any improvement. It's perfect as it is. Nevertheless, when we look at the method of distance through a modern lens, we must admit that there are certain subjects that can't be fully addressed by the use of core rules only. Yes, and we also have to admit that. Looking at it with a critical eye, we can state that the original system will not fully lead to satisfaction in a modern context. This has encouraged card readers to look for solutions to fill in certain gaps, and there is nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So I'm glad I also said that because
Yes.
that's the case. Yeah. Quite the contrary, facilitating options there where the core ID fails to deliver is a noble goal. That is exactly where the progression or progress is justified. Perfecting is a term that is most appropriate here. Oh, I sound like a moralist. Various attempts at perfection have been made spontaneously throughout history, of which some turn out to be more successful than others. The greatest inspiration for this were the systems and customs described in all books about card reading with playing cards or the tarot. The system described in these books have also proved to be more or less compatible with the Petit Lenormand cards, with some adjustments here and there. In 1770, Etea is already mentioned the use of what I call area of life cards in the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia. The same Etea and many other authors of relevant classics described all kinds of special spreads in their work that people have started to use for the Petit Lenormand. The methodology that states that a card that falls on top of another card influences and thus describes it was a pensée unique among cartomancers even before the Petit Lenormand cards arrived on the scene. And that's actually true. If you read the work of Etea and all that, so this was really how they started with it. So this is the original
Yes.
way of reading cards, and it's through cartomancy. That's also
Yeah.
why I was a little bit radical in that. With common sense and logic, and of course with respect for the original source, we can speak of progression in the true sense of the word. It also allows us to consult the cards outside of their original habitat, which is the Rotterdam, when using a small spread with a focused question without the need to read all the important areas of life. This enables us to work in a more practical way because we don't always have to put all 36 cards on the table as stated in the original instructions. However, we should never lose sight of the core principle when making adjustments, especially when it comes to adding logical meanings to the card. These evolutionary meanings should always be logical extensions of the core meanings. The absolute basic principle of the Petit Lenormand method of distance is that the closer a card is dealt to the person card, the greater its influence will be. So that's a very clear, simple, and good system, I find, isn't it? So you can really see it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I love the structure.
So,
yeah.
yeah, there is no denial. You know, if there is a good card in your vicinity for the flowers, yeah, you rather have the flower, the scent of those flowers next to your person card than far away. Otherwise, you cannot send it. Neither can you have the positive influence from it.
Mhm.
I like that. You know, it's simple. And it's also good for your sitter because you can really point it out. That's
Yeah.
why I like it. And they can understand it. You see, here is the snake, and the snake is very close to you. So you can understand that even if you are not a countermatch.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why I
yeah.
like it. Less is more.
Yes. Yes.
So you can get good and or bad cards around you. These placements will then give an indication of the events or situations that will take place around the person card. What I just said. When dealt in the comfort zone, the book number 626, these cards, is a card that creates a haze of mystery or hidden info. So that's the meaning it has, that's the energy it has. The core value is a secret. So, and I want to take you on a trip to think conceptual. So you will have to process this concept along with the other cards into a new concept in order to understand its true nature. But this new concept must in any case be connected to the core of the matter. Secret, uncertain, unprecedented content. So that's somehow how far you can stretch it without losing contact with the core value. So this can only be strengthened or weakened by the other cards or the context of the situation. You must consider the minimum and maximum range of the core values of all the cards. At worst, so I always saw it like a spectrum in that regard. So at worst, the book will refer to a terrible secret when it is surrounded by negative cards. So that's logically. So the book in your comfort zone brings stuff you don't know. Best case, you don't know that there will be a surprise party for you. But worst case, you don't know with the fox or the snake that you will get backstabbed. Yeah, and you
Yes.
don't even see it. You know,
Oh, yes. Yeah. Surprise. Surprise frenemy.
yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah. At worst, the book will refer to a terrible secret when it is surrounded by negative cards. Perhaps even an absolute taboo. In the best case, it will simply be something harmless that you don't know or notice, and that hasn't even been intentionally caused by someone else. So maybe someone has a secret crush on
Oh, yeah.
you.
Yes.
Whatever the other cards hint for that. Yeah? Nevertheless, a situation where the book is involved will always show a certain lack of transparency. You see what I do? I really stretch with it. So I work with the concept. But I
Mhm.
also have to keep in mind that those are all the options, but the other cards dealt around that will confirm or deny that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, yeah, like a doctor looks at a patient. So okay, there are some symptoms and you have some possible pathologies, and then you seek for either confirmation or denial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, a scientific brain.
Yeah, no, I like it. I
Yeah.
think
So
Lenormand, you have to be. Oh.
yeah, I don't know that you have to be, but you can do it the way you want, but it
Yeah.
has this logical structure. You know, old school cartomancy is logic. It's not fluffy.
No, yeah, no.
And there is nothing against fluffy. So no,
Yeah.
that's the way you want to do it. Some people want to hear fluffy things, but it's very practical. And I think like those old cartomancy decks, like Petit Lenormand, you can do it however you want, but everyone can understand it if you start
Yes.
from a really practical
Oh,
way,
yeah.
you know, and how you use that. Yeah, that's your personal flavor.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
And I
absolutely.
really advise you to be authentic in that.
Hmm.
Because what I always say after all these years, give people an experience.
Yes,
And you can only give
definitely.
an experience as you are authentic. Whatever
Yes.
you read,
Yeah.
if you want to read like really Itea himself, or you read like, yeah, whatever on the other side of the spectrum and everything in between,
Yeah.
do your thing. Yeah.
I love it.
The first meaning of the card is its core value, which it derives from the meaning that it acquires depending on its proximity to the person card. So now
Hmm.
we are like going next stage. So it
Yeah.
has this undeniable fixed
Yeah.
core meaning in the method of distance. So we only
Yeah.
have one historical reference, and that's the little booklet, is the little white book, which
Yeah.
always was with the cards in whatever country. This is our only security. This is our only fixed document.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I took that very serious.
Hmm.
So the first meaning of the card is the core value, which it derives from the meaning that it acquires depending on its proximity to the person's card. So the core value of the book number 626 is a secret. The first layer are the keywords that are direct, logical extension of the original core value. Logical and valid extensions of a secret are that which is unknown, unknown content, the unknown, unspoken, hidden. If you can think conceptually, it sounds logical.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
and I think that that's also that makes a good practice. That what I did with my students when I still was teaching live classes within a classroom. Be playful with them. Try to find as much as possible synonyms for the car meaning,
Hmm.
but you can never lose contact with the car.
Yes.
So you have like
Yeah.
the color red, you know, and everything that's still in the yeah
Yeah.
in the same color. Yeah, but it could never be yellow. Maybe orange
Yeah.
at max. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
and
yeah.
these newly created meanings are still directly connected and can always be reduced to the core value as secret. So the secret, the core meaning is like the big denominator.
Hmm.
And from there on, you know, a lot of branches can start up with with nuances, to say
Yeah.
it like that. The second layer are the keywords that have evolved logically and whose origin lies in the image of the card or the possible symbolical or symbolic meaning that can arise from it. And the best
Yeah.
example for that is like card number 4, the house. This is, by the way, my old deck I always used with clients. It's
Nice.
very uh,
Yeah.
dirty and all that. You know, it went to a lot of wars. So card number 4, the house, can also simply mean a house, just like number 19, the tower or the high tower can represent a building through their direct associations with the images of the cards. So if you don't know anything about Petit Lenormand, and you would just give out those cards, what could this actually mean? And you would ask this question to a random person. And so with a creative mind, they just can't come up with. Yeah, and I don't think that you have to. Maybe if you ask it like on little kids, they will tell you right away. Yeah, it's a house. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tower. And if you ask, okay, what tower could that be? Can you? Yes, it's maybe the big apartment where my grandma lives. Or I see in that the big library of the city. Something like that.
Yeah.
So, but you need to be careful with these associations because they only have a right to exist if they are not already represented to the core value of another card. And here
Mm-hmm.
it often goes astray. They must be an added value and offer something that is not there yet. I mean, in the whole possibility of meanings. Because somehow, we also talked with Rena George about that. And Rena, if you hear that, you will probably know what I mean by that. And she also said that. And please go back and listen to her podcast episode. So she also stated that the structure of a good cartomancy system has to be able to express everything possible. But that's logic, because a lot of things
Yeah.
happen in life, and you also have to have cards that represent that,
Oh,
either
yes.
on their own or in combination.
Yes.
But right away, you have to be able to read that. Otherwise, we cannot forewarn or do an analyze or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's logical, yeah. But you have
Yeah.
to, if you look at the structure of things, of the Petit Lenormand, in the end, yeah, I did a lot of research on that. I did, to make as good as possible, as valid as possible, um, decisions in filling up the gaps that are clearly there, because they give us just a stupid little white book. They give us a hint of the system, and it's very logically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, good cards within your comfort zone is bad, a bad card. But then all of a sudden there are bad cards who are better dealt close to you because they are
Yes.
bad anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's strange. I think, yeah, if you want to yeah, to make it blurry, you have to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I often say that, and people don't like me saying that, but I don't think that they have been sitting weeks around the table to think about a good layered logical structure. No, they did not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they somehow made it in 1 hour after maybe like 20 beers or something.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that's what I always said. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, that's the way it is, and then we have to deal with it. We have to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
construct a language with that. So
Yeah.
some concepts
Yeah.
are expressed by one card or in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
for instance, the moon is for honor. And if the card is dealt far away from you, so the moon cannot shine its honors on you. So you're
Yeah.
not like in the spotlight,
Yeah.
for instance.
Yeah. Shadows
Yeah.
hiding.
So, yeah,
There's a snake in
that's what,
between. Someone's stealing it.
yeah. But you see, but in the method of distance, they express that right away. So
Oh
we have
yeah.
the card
Yeah.
that expresses honor. Yeah. But
Yeah.
what gives you either honor or dishonor, that has to be read in combination with the other cards.
Oh yes. Yes.
And then will it tell where is the applause coming from? Is that, whatever? Or
Yeah.
you
But
also have to see the structure and how can it work for you? And that was
yes.
my big aim, to express that, to see that through, to see the system, to see even the handicaps in the system.
Mhm.
because it has a lot of handicaps, and there we have to be much more, yeah, um, creative to fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Oh, yes, definitely.
And maybe that's why I was so maybe more radical and you have more like an orthodoxy in the little white book in order to for respect of the oracle, of course, because I know that you can read as cards with whatever. You don't have to read in distance, but was out of respect of the tradition.
Yeah.
So, moreover, there must be an associative logic with the image itself, without ignoring the other cards in the deck. The meaning from the second layer of number 4, the house, which could be a house or
Yeah.
a small building. At number 19, the high tower, which could be a large building, cannot be interchanged. That sounds logically, but because that would be, yeah, there would be no efficiency and no logic in that. Other than that,
Yeah.
we are at like 2 buildings, and one building is bigger, so that could stand for the big buildings, and you can fill in whatever big building. But other cards dealt next to that big building explains what building it is.
Yeah.
So dealt with the fish, the money card, it could be a bank or corporation. With the moon, it could be your workplace, and so on and so forth. Whilst the house dealt with the tree could be a doctor. So tree stands for health, and you actually read a health house. And then you have to fill it in a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to somehow decode. It's like a
Yes.
codex. Whilst
Yeah.
the same tree dealt next to the tower, yeah. If you never had read Petit Lenormand, you could somehow come to the conclusion that what would be an hospital.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The tree.
Because health big building.
Yes. Like
So it would be absurd to see the house as a large building while the tower is more suitable for this. And that's why somehow I find you have to be strict on that in order to make logical choices. That's what's behind that for me. The entire deck is a complex system that you shouldn't tinker with without understanding the entire story. You would take the oracle out of balance, and that could never be the intention because you make it unusable. It is therefore advisable to remain faithful to the meanings that you have learned throughout the Petit Lenormand Encyclopedia. This is a coherent system that is fully in line with the historical but also methodologically evolved teachings of the Petit Lenormand cards. You need to understand the structure of the system to get the most out of it. Let me clarify on this. There are a lot of good Petit Lenormand books and authors and all that, which I would advise for. So I'm not saying it, my meanings are be all and all, because we have some different takes on some cards, which are also good in their own right. There was also always this difference in what's the work card after all, because, and that's the proof, there is no really work card in the method of distance. So you somehow have to construct it in the system. And some people take the cards for that, I like the moon for that. And it's not that either is better than the other, but you have to see how that works in the construction.
Yeah.
There are slightly differences and all that, and yeah. But of course, I think it's good to take one system and be fluent with that before you add on another system.
Yeah. I agree.
But yeah, but you will find a big denominator with many authors. I would advise to read the books of Caitlin, Andy Borowa Shangra, whatever Donnelly brings, and sorry, whoever, Rena George, and all
Yeah.
those great people, really, yeah.
Yeah. They have some
But
amazing
that,
books.
yeah, really. But,
Yeah.
then it has more nuance when I read it here and I explain what I meant by it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would not be good to do 10 systems at one time.
No,
It will
no.
lead to
Yeah.
us work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, starting with Lenormand, simple is always best.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And not only with the Petit Lenormand, with everything.
Yeah.
So the associative meanings, what a word, associative. That's much easier to say in Dutch.
Yes.
Are either derived directly from the image itself. Number 18, the dog, also a dog,
Yeah.
or from the general symbolic association with that image. The core meaning of number 17, the stork, is change. Here, my stork.
Yeah.
At least in a matter of distance.
Yeah.
In our general symbolism and popular experience, the stork also stands for pregnancy, which,
It's
if you would
change.
show it to people in the street, they probably, they don't know Lenormand, they would never, if you don't know it, come up with change. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
not say never, that's too absolute, but that would not be logical, this change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neither is
Oh,
it
yeah.
logical to, because tree is also a good, um, a good symbolism, because the
Yeah.
live tree, that's something. But here in the more cards, you rather are not under the tree because then you are sick.
Yes. Yeah.
So the tree rather stands. Tree stands for the life area of health. But actually, the
Hmm.
core meaning, if you read it, is like sickness.
Yes. Hmm.
It's a bad card. So you see, it's really strange constructions. So and some symbols or some emblems are logically, but there's also the distinction between a symbol and an emblem,
Yes.
technically.
Yeah.
Because normally we we should call the Petit Lenormand cards emblems, but only for the Petit Lenormand users. By definition, what a symbol is, we can call it a symbol
Yeah.
because we had consensus about it.
Yes.
And we need consensus to what it stands for.
Yes.
But most often, yeah, it's not. It has a lot of different meanings symbolically often than it is known for in the symbolism amongst us particular more readers.
Yeah.
And this leads to a lot of
Oh, yeah.
blind spots, a lot of and especially
Yeah.
if you say, "They're okay, I want to read the cards with however it comes over to me or whatever."
Yeah.
That's a difficult thing with the particular normal cards,
Yeah.
I find. But I believe
Yeah.
that you will be able to do a good reading with that. But if you
Yeah.
really read cards, cardaments, you're reading those cards in a system, you will go astray.
Hmm.
But that's a difficult part to think about. So I really think that you have to see the structure, the benefit, but also the handicaps.
Yes. I think so. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
That's what, yeah.
yeah, in
No,
our
go ahead.
general symbolism and popular experience, I read it again, the stork also stands for pregnancy. That's an overall idea we somehow all will agree on.
Yes.
And nowadays, almost like worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Start. Yep.
Yeah,
In every
pregnancy.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, in our midwinter event, I will also talk about the stork because in archaic view, so everything which is under the water is also seen as the underworld. And the
Hmm.
idea
Yeah.
was that the stork was landing on the water. took a salt out of the water, then flew on the roofs. And where is the stork sitting on the roof? On the chimney.
Oh,
And there is
yes.
this old thing, okay, is there a stork on your roof, on your chimney? Okay, you can make your child room, you can prepare it because you see, so but the idea was they took it from the other world
Yeah.
and bring it to the chimney.
I like that. That's, yeah.
Yeah, so make sure because your stork will also be not the Lenormand stork, but the
Yeah.
overall symbolism will be in the mid-winter event at 13 December. Anyway,
Yes. You,
so there is no other card that covers pregnancy through its core value. And since we need a subject in order to be able to discuss all aspects of life, the symbolic meaning, popular association of the stork becomes usable here and therefore legitimate.
yeah.
I hope that this really lands what my reasoning behind that is.
Yeah. I think so. And if anyone has
Otherwise, we
questions,
do it again.
yeah, yeah, no, it's, what if anyone has questions? There's people watching, so they can ask.
Yeah, please, people ask, and if you want to become back in the next live or maybe like in between. But we need a card, just like Brenna said, in order to express pregnancy. Anyway,
Oh,
and no
yes.
other card is referring to that, so we can
Mm-mm.
do that with this.
Yeah. And that is huge change.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
long
yes,
term,
yeah.
change.
But that's a strange thing on the Petite Lenormand. You have to somehow, yeah, you don't have to do anything, but if you want to work with that, you really also have to take it the way it is.
Yeah.
You have to cope with unlogical facts. It's like the tree is like sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there are
It,
better cards to express sickness. Every negative card could express sickness better than the tree. An
yeah.
overall general symbolism. I think everyone can agree on that.
Yeah.
But you have to take it as it is.
Yes. Yeah. With the tree.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. But if you want
Yeah.
to really go with the flow of the
With the tree. Yeah.
yeah.
The sickness.
So the
Yeah.
second layer of the card, number 26, the book,
Mm-hmm.
could mean in that regard study, knowledge, and the life area of a student.
Yeah.
Because no other card could express this better. And you need that to read about anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we
Oh, that's
cannot say,
the,
okay, the 3 is about study. So, and there is nothing about study in the original method of distance.
oh, that's
So
interesting.
we sometimes we have to find out, okay, in order to, because we also want to know about our studies or whatever. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not in the method of distance. There is no distance meaning about study.
Oh, interesting. That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense
we
with the
have
book.
to, yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have to see the handicaps in that.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
do a classical God tableau method of distance, you will find out about your health, love life, heritage, and all that, but nothing about study. Nothing about sexuality, because back in the days there was no sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
in those eras.
And
Yes.
like
So
untalked about.
you
It was
don't
like
have
the
to read
book,
about that.
hidden things and secrets not to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah. But afterwards, now all of a sudden there is sex, so we have to to have a card for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
then we can listen. Yeah,
Yeah.
then we can,
Yeah.
okay. Like I said in my book, like, okay, the thing that comes closest to sex, is like the lily, with its reference to
Yes.
the Greek. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also something to say for the whip
That's,
in
yeah, that's what
regard
I
to
was gonna say.
sexuality.
A lot
Yeah,
of people in their books.
yeah,
Oh yeah, say that.
and if I look back at it now, reconstructing, I think I would change the whip for sex cards instead of the lily,
Mhm.
especially because the petit normand is a German invention, and the whip in Germanic countries stands for fertility. also with the winter festivals, and you see like Krampus and all those, or St. Nicholas and this army of clowns and all that with their
Oh,
face painted and all that. They also always carry whips, and
mhm.
those whips are symbolically to whip women on the butt, to hit trees, to hit acres in order to kindle fertility. Besides that, the rod, like in Dutch roede, also alludes to the phallus. So looking back, I should have chosen that card better. But I leave it how it is. That's how it is. It's
Yeah,
now for other people in that regard.
yeah,
You see, but it's also how you take an evolution in that.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But anyway, could have I did very good readings, but you know, I had my sexuality card. So that's also how you somehow cast that card as to be standing for that, you know. And it's maybe not even worth the discussion which is best, the lily or the whip. It both alludes to that. But how I feel about it nowadays is that the whip would be slightly better to cover that in the overall card.
Yes. Yeah. For the, yeah.
You evolve, you evolve. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you know,
yeah.
and then back in the days, people would really clash. Whoa, that's not true. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, because like
oh,
you're saying too, different cultures, like one culture saw the whip this way, one saw it this way. So we get to the same place, but through different views.
two different views. Yes, yes, that's the way it is. Yeah. So
Yeah.
number 26, the book, plus number 34, the fish, can mean several things. For example, a magazine. So the book stretched as a meaning that you can derive from what is literally there, but a magazine about finance or economy, which the fish brings to the table because it
Yes.
has the money value.
Yes.
But it might just as well be a magazine about fishing,
Yeah, that's true.
both literally. You see what
Yeah.
happens? So you use two times the literal meaning,
Yes.
or you have one like, okay, one extension from the core meaning plus a literal meaning.
Yes.
You see how you have a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
options,
Oh yeah.
but you need that
Yeah.
in order to be able to read that. As stated by Rana, as stated by probably
Eh,
everyone who knows. Yeah, if you can only write a letter with the half of an alphabet,
yeah.
you could
Yeah.
maybe do a good letter, but you could never write anything you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the same idea. The third
Yeah.
layer is the layer containing all derivatives of the core values and the other two layers. This is the layer of meanings
Yeah.
that are used in specific areas and contexts, and that also has its specific place in the system as a whole. Those specific areas are, for example, physical descriptions, character descriptions, time
Yes.
indications, body parts, health issues, occupations, study choices.
Yeah.
This is the layer that we will cover in this book. First, we will go deeper in the third layer when used to describe or indicate something. After that, we will mainly focus on how this layer can be used in the area of health. And then I
Yeah.
go forward, descriptions of lovers, characters, and all that. So
Yeah.
I hope that I shed a light on the layers of the cards, but also on the construct of meanings and the system as a whole.
Yeah. No, I think so. And like anyone listening, if you have questions, I'm monitoring, the chat. So if anyone has questions, definitely post them in so we can, you
Yeah,
know, see answer anything with Lenormand, or the questions, especially if we're talking about, like you were saying, the in your book, the symbolic meanings, how they're going together. Like, and I really like that, the symbolism, because I think you talked about that, or the synonym. I can't like how, like, you know, I really like that because, like, not a lot of people say that specifically, that, you know, red could be crimson, could be all these different things that are exactly the same but never yellow. You know what I mean? So that it really broadens your mind about the literal meaning, that the literal meaning does has a bunch of synonyms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going for.
You're back to the second year of Morgan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fast
Sorry, the
enough.
lights pouring in
Yeah,
on me. It's like,
yeah. But that's the thing, you have to understand how the construction is made and how you can make use of that.
Mhm.
And for
Yes.
me, especially, that's very important to see that, and in order to work with that.
Yeah.
And that was what I was hoping to express in my books.
Yeah. No, they're good. And
But you have
for
to make up
anyone,
your mind, I think. Yeah.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, no,
But
that I think that you have to make up your mind in order to see how that works for you.
oh, yeah, but that's why I've always liked your books. And that's where I started, because it's so clear and concise that you can make your own structure from it. You can really explore the cards through how you're putting it. So you can start seeing the patterns to delve into your own practice, like you said, once you get those core basics as well. But that it gives you not only that clear foundation, but a clear place to go when you're done reading them.
Yeah. Thank you. I take that for a compliment. That was what I wanted to achieve. But
Yeah.
you can do the same with whatever source that you follow. So
Yeah.
uh, if you rather like the meanings that Rana gives or Donnelly, and it's not that we are that different,
Yeah.
but we have some other takes on stuff, and each good in his own right. So I can totally understand where Donnelly is coming from, where Caitlin is coming from. I can really see that. But that's also the big advantage. If you know your system, you
Yes.
can also
Yeah.
understand how others come to the conclusions. And it's
Oh,
not worth the discussion which is the best sex card, because we have to choose that as well. And as long as it alludes to that, it's okay, I find.
hmm,
But if you
yeah.
say, okay, yeah, for me the fish is like the sex card. Well, yeah, okay, that's good in its own right, but I don't. Why? Why is that? What?
Yeah.
That holds no logic in regards to the core meanings. That holds no
No.
logic in regards of. Except if you have like a fish fetish, yeah, then of course that's like you. But if you, if
Yeah.
you and that's on the general population, yeah, I don't know. I think people will not understand it.
No, no. Like I said, then we're getting into very specific niches, you know?
Yeah, there are some niche markets. Well, yeah, you know, yeah. As a therapist, nothing is a surprise. So,
Oh, yeah. No,
but
no idea. Yeah. No,
that's
it's true.
another whole other kettle of fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can understand that this is very difficult for people to see that layerness and what are they allowed to. Yeah, you are allowed to do whatever you you want. But therefore,
Yes.
it's good to follow somehow a structure and get
Hmm.
that down, and then see, okay, can I advance it? Can I make changes? I think
Yeah.
that would be the most fruitful way. And I'm far from a moralist. I don't want to tell you how to do stuff. I wrote those books actually maybe for myself to understand how I did it,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
my mind
Yeah.
is not structured, and how I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And that could maybe come to aid for other people where it somehow resonates. So yeah.
yeah. Oh, so someone did have a question. I have to learn the basics better before I can ask an intelligent question. Oh, okay. Well, and also, like, definitely join the December 30th you know, event so you can, and get the books too if you haven't gotten the books.
Yeah.
But really there's no such thing like as an intelligent, question. Ask anything that comes to mind, ask any, because it's all intelligent, because everyone starts from somewhere. Everyone starts from the very beginning.
Uh,
You don't have to learn anything before you ask a question. Just ask,
Who, yeah. Who asked the question? What is his or her name?
Oh, so it's AJ, but her name's Amy. So I don't, yeah, AJ.
Amy.
Yeah,
Hey,
Amy.
Amy, listen good. If you ask questions, that's a sign of intelligence.
Yes, definitely.
Ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that's also how it's in the books, but it's logically. I think the best atmosphere to learn is playful, being playful with. That's also how I structured the books. First, I took like the playing cards, especially to not dive too much into general symbolism.
Hmm.
Just playing cards, take the corresponding inserts and write like 4 core meanings on the cards. And then
Hmm.
it's somehow like doing a rebus. Is this an English word, rebus?
Um, like maybe.
Like a wordplay, like a wordplay.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah,
So,
yes.
so you have like 2 cards. So change and longevity. Yeah, what can that be? Your
Oh, yeah.
longevity will change or change in your longevity.
Yes.
That you learn quick associations, very playful.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And
So even if you study with 2 people, I like to do some back in the days when I was still teaching. One has the half of a pack and the other, and you show 1 card and you say, okay, this is the meaning, and the other one says the meaning, and then you make somehow like a sentence or like a new concept or a new understanding.
yeah. Yeah. And stretch the imagination. Like you
Yeah,
always say, the childlike mind to stretch that imagination of what it
yeah,
could possibly
it's
be.
like yes, it's like being playful, yeah. And I think
Yeah.
also neurologically that you somehow, yeah. It's for me, it's like because I also come from sports, that's the aim for training. So training is somehow prepare yourself to think fast, to get involved with the system and all that. And then when you do the game or the match, when you do the reading or whatever, that you somehow instinctively, without being too rational, can
Hmm.
connect with what you learned in training.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
think that the way how intuition works,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
doubt if you can be intuitive about something that you don't know
Yeah.
or did not experience yet,
Yeah.
either in real life or in your mind. So I think
Hmm.
I really also believe in mind training. But this is
Hmm.
also
Oh,
mind training because I like to
yes.
practice. So I see, okay, let's imagine that I have a very important client called Morgan. Chaka, chaka, chaka. I'm like,
Yeah.
this was how I was reading cards. By how
Yeah.
I practice, I imagined that someone has a profile before me. This is now for an old lady. This is for a middle-aged man. In order to train my mind, and then I would read. Okay, yeah, okay. It's like the the pathways. It's you stand for a choice, and the lily
Yeah.
stands for like virtue. So you stand for a choice, maybe like a cross point in your life where you have to choose for something virtuous,
Yeah.
and that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She said it's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle, yeah. But this
Yeah.
this is this is real life Sudoku.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If you want
Definitely.
to have, yeah, if you want to train your mind,
Yeah.
expand it, this is the
Yeah.
best thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Besides
Definitely.
that, it's fun,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's you have someone to resonate with. You have someone
Hmm.
something that yeah makes you thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you do it good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I like pulling the cards because even now still I like to pull like two just to see expand like what's the craziest out there idea you can make with the cards, to really,
Yeah,
expand your
you can
mind.
also work. Yeah, but you can also work the other way around. So you
Yeah.
hear something on the news, or you hear someone saying that, and then I was always like, okay, but how can I express this in the cards, or how could I read that in the cards?
Yeah. I love doing that.
And we practiced this. So I took some magazines to the classes or some papers, and then you had like the headlines.
Yes.
So man died in car crash.
Yeah.
Okay, express that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
car,
Yeah.
coffin,
Yep.
cross.
Mm-hmm.
But then you could see that there will also be other possibilities
Yeah.
in that combination. So you have to know them all,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because then you allow the voice of the oracle.
Yes.
Or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you can either see that for what it is, or but
Yeah.
we have to translate the oracle.
Yes. Yes. Bring it out.
This
Yeah.
is what I think. That's what cardomancy is. So
Oh yeah.
there, we throw something on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always find that I have to adjust to the cards and not the other way around.
Yeah.
But that's a vision. That's I don't want to be all end all, because there were a
Yeah.
lot of discussions used to happen in the past. I never got my head into that because it's like a wasp nest.
Oh yes. Yeah. I can imagine you're saying that.
But people were very serious about that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it's not worth to fight about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's supposed to be
But
fun.
yeah, of course. But on the other hand, yeah, if you want to do it good, I think you cannot do without a coherent system.
Yeah.
And I really believe if you say, okay, I don't want to follow any tradition, I will find out my own way to work with that. Yeah, I really do believe that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a hell of a task. A hell of a
Oh yeah.
task. And you really have to really be able to think and layers and all that. But I'm very much sure that you will be able to do that.
Oh yeah.
But then you
Definitely.
have to work and grind years of adjustments and all that to come to the point where you can
Yes.
already start right away.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? But because if you then want to do your own system, and that can
Yeah.
be just as good. But then you also have to have fixed meanings, or in order to, yeah, do you know
Yeah.
what it is? But then you
Oh
have to
yeah.
do the same, and you
Yeah.
also have
Yeah.
to be a bit rigid.
Yes.
That's a paradox, isn't it?
Oh yes. I know.
Uh,
Definitely a
and
full-time task.
yeah. But on the other end, you can do whatever you want. If you want to use those cards to put on your cup of coffee that your table gets not there, it's also okay. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that. Yeah. Lay him on your cat or
it,
something.
it's like a multifunctional pocket knife. I always say, and
Yeah.
the better you take care of it, the nicer it will be for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. We talked about that
Mm.
in the last podcast of how working with the cards.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mhm. Goes with all systems.
Yeah,
Like you said, how you take care of it, work with it, connect with it.
yeah. Well, it's like a connection, because you have to understand each other
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
and understand yourself, of course.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's why that's a good
So
episode to watch for people if they want to connect with
yeah,
cards.
yeah. So it's strange that we can't find that post again in the Facebook group, so I cannot call the uh, it was a lady who asked the question. I know that, but I'm sorry I forgot your name. But I hope I shed a light on your question. If that's not the case, please say so, and I will explain it differently.
Yeah. And I know I screenshotted it, but it's in a different, I've got like a bunch working with the mystery channel. I got like 8 different devices at all times I'm working with. Like, so it's on a different device, but I will find it and I will find the person and just send them a message, through the
It
community.
was in our mystery channel Facebook group. So
Yeah.
people, please, yeah, be part of that because we are active there. You can follow up on everything.
Hmm.
I don't have that much time to answer all those questions right away. I hate typing. It's not my mother tongue. I don't even like typing a lot in Dutch, even though I'm like an author.
Yeah.
That's also a paradox. But I really like surprises. If you have questions, we bundle them, and I rather talk about that.
Yeah.
Always opt for conversation.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So
definitely.
that we will also make the difference. So and often we will come live by surprise, but just be there, be part of that, so that you can,
Yeah.
yeah, be part of the community, and you also
Oh,
have your say in.
absolutely.
So we will do the event on the 30th of December in regards to the Petit Lenormand. And we also have our script, but we also give you the chance to bring in some questions so that we somehow do, yeah, a talk on demand.
Yeah.
Something to
Yes.
say like that. So let us know, where do you struggle with? Where do you want to shed your light on? Yeah. So we can take Cardamans to a whole new level, because
Yeah.
we will do a lot more like in the next year. So I will publish again. Probably the last book of the
Exciting.
Petit Memoir I will publish on the tarot, but I will make sure that we take it next level, that we do something never has been done before.
Yeah. It'll be
So there's a
exciting.
lot on the pipeline.
Yeah.
And if you want
Yes.
to be part of that, want to enjoy that right away, because we will give some hints.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. You just
Yeah.
have to be part of that. Come to our Facebook groups, Mystery Channel, follow us, our socials, be part of our podcast. We have all the best authors.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just did a post about that today too. And we're on every social media thing. So and if they go to the website as well, we have all the stuff there too. So
Be part of the movement.
yes,
Mystery Channel
definitely.
is like a movement. Yeah.
Yes.
So we want
I
to
like
stay
that.
far away from all those bad discussions. At least I
Yes.
encountered back in the days. It's
Yes.
yeah.
We have
We
better.
want to
Yeah.
be a supporting community, but also take it next level on a more intellectual, but also more psychological, even anthropological way. So
Yeah.
it's time for next level. It's time for a
Yes.
revolution.
Yes, exactly. Like branching out rebel.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we have to round it up.
Okay.
Make sure you are part of the live on Sunday, and
Yes.
it depends on you where we will talk about.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. And yeah, I'll have questions every day. Like even today I put something about directionality. So check back in the community every day. There's always fun challenges, answers, polls, quizzes, so discussions.
Dare to ask, and you will be answered.
Yes, yes, exactly. We're all over the
Okay.
place. Okay.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone. See you on
everyone.
Sunday. And make sure that you go right to our socials, follow us,
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook,
Yes. Yeah. Everywhere.
Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
not do dancing, but we are on TikTok.
Yeah. We have some fun videos though on TikTok. So we have some
Maybe
fun
Morgan
videos. So
will dance. If
yeah.
you,
Well, I
I,
have some
I can do a
location.
poll. I can do a
Yeah.
poll, but I'm not dancing.
Yeah. No. There's some location videos on that too. So there's some fun stuff on there.